I have the opportunity to proceed first, so I'm pleased to offer initial opening comments on behalf of the United States. We are very delighted to be joined again with all of our colleagues here in Geneva for this very important 10th plenary and ministerial milestone for GEO. As has been said, it is already a milestone in terms of the number of delegations, the seniority and respectability also of our delegations, and of the ministers who will join us tomorrow and Friday to complete our first decade of work and endorse our continuing into the second decade. I am relatively new to GEO, only 2 years, which is very short compared to many of you. So I offer my own congratulations to all of you who have been present with GEO since the very beginning, who now can take pride in nearly one full decade of vision, of zeal, of persistence, of tremendous collaborative effort among nations in the interest of serving society's well-being, and an increasingly long list of very valuable high-impact achievements. 10 years ago, these were visions, descriptions, stories that were wished for. And through your work, you have made them definitely real and of increasing value to all of our nations. But our meetings this week are all about the future. That future will surely be built on those successes, those lessons, that progress that we together have already achieved in this past decade. We have shown very powerfully through these works, again and again, how open, discoverable, accessible data drive innovation and support better decision-making by governments and businesses. We have shown increasingly how they can propel innovation and advanced applications. In our era, in this era of GEO, good publicly available data, accessible, discoverable, shared, and open to everyone, are data that save lives. They are data that help feed the world, that speed relief to disaster victims, and that assist all levels of decision makers to respond more wisely to the challenges of our times. Freely available data drives sustainability, as was the original vision of GEO. And as we see increasingly, they also can drive employment, jobs, and profitability. The value of making information open and freely available has long been recognized. In the United States, as far back as President Thomas Jefferson's time, the free flow of information was defined as a principle of a healthy democracy and widely recognized. Even when our explorers Lewis and Clark went to discover the vast wilderness areas in the middle of the North American continent in the early 1800s, the information they gathered about weather, about ecosystems, about biodiversity, about the indigenous people living in those terrains was already used to inform the development of human settlements and the advancement of the United States economy. Governments since have long gathered and shared to varying degrees these sorts of vital information. For example, when nations began to share weather and global positioning system data publicly and widely, these actions fueled industries that today are valued at tens of billions of dollars every year. And we all have now weather and mapping tools on our smartphones in our pockets readily available to help us navigate our daily lives. In addition to catalyzing a variety of societal benefits, open data spur enterprise and lead to increased efficiency. They lead to better governance and to the development of new and improved products and services, of cost savings and greater public convenience. GEO's achievements so far have established a baseline to help guide us into the future, to help ensure that the fast accelerating demand for timely, reliable information about our planet is met. Today and tomorrow, we will make important decisions, ones that will formally and officially put GEO on the launch pad for the journey into its next decade. Subsequently, on Friday, we will ask our ministers to renew GEO's mandate on the basis of the preparatory work that our several groups have conducted since our last plenary in Brazil. With your permission and on everyone's behalf, I extend our deepest collective thanks to the post-2015 working group, the ministerial working group, the GEO Secretariat, and all of those who have paved the way for these discussions we have today and tomorrow, and for our meeting with our ministers on Friday. We are all joined together on an urgently needed voyage, one that over time can truly revolutionize our understanding of this planet on which we live. And all around us this week, we have signs, we have evidence, we have proof points of GEO's first decade of accomplishments. Our journey into Chapter 2 will soon begin, and we have unprecedented tools and the power of open data in our hands. So again, briefly congratulations on the work we've done up until this time. Thank you for coming here to help be part of launching the second decade of GEO. Don't relax and get lazy. We have much to do these next 2 days, but it is an honor and a delight to be with you here to close out Chapter 1 of GEO and begin Chapter 2. I now invite my fellow co-chair from China, Mr. Zhonglin Chao, Vice Minister of Science and Technology, to give his opening address. Minister.
Thank you, Chair. Your Excellencies, respected GEO co-chairs, distinguished representatives of GEO members and participating organizations, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Firstly, please allow me, as the GEO co-chair representing the Asia-Oceanic and the head of the Chinese delegation, to express my sincere appreciations to the Swiss federal government for hosting the GEO 10th plenary session in Geneva. This plenary session is critical as it will fully present the progress and achievements obtained since the Iguazu session, and more importantly, the developing direction and the instructional frame of GEO post-2015 will be discussed and confirmed. I'm confident, with gracious support of the Swiss government and the joint participation of representatives of GEO members and the participating organizations. As the GEO co-chair, I'm very pleased to see effective work has been achieved in many aspects in the past years under the organization of GEO Secretariat, such as programs involving GeoNetcast, GeoGlam, and GFOI, regional capacity building like Africa GEO's SS, and the strategic plan of post-2015. Ladies and gentlemen, within the GEO-SS framework, Earth observation technology of Asia-Oceanic region is developing greatly, and all related countries are developing to building up national and regional GEO-SS infrastructures. More and more middle and high resolution Earth observation data are available to be used and shared in the whole region. Furthermore, the infrastructure construction of GEO-SS and its application ability have been enhanced greatly. Facing with the major nature disasters, such as the Australia bushfire, Northeast China flood, and the Philippines Typhoon Haiyan, relevant nations and international organizations strengthened collaboration and worked together in disaster alleviation, which achieved demonstrable results. Moreover, within the framework of research conducted by UNESCO, countries include China, India, Mongolia, Sri Lanka, and so on, have set up through monitoring and warning mechanism on remote sensing. In 2013, the 6th Asia-Pacific GEO-SS Symposium and the first training workshop of China-Asian Space Technology Development. First training workshop of China-Asian Space Technology Development applications were especially held in India and China respectively, also in 2013. Vietnam has launched its first Earth observing satellite. At the same time, I would like to take this opportunity to briefly introduce the latest GEOSS development in China. Inter-ministerial coordination mechanism comprised 19 ministries has been running for a year and achieved a remarkable effect, which built by the Chinese government to support GEO. Using GEOSS framework, China initiated the plan to construct its national GEOSS infrastructure. Most Chinese data center source, meteorology, ocean resources, cartographic, and private satellite will be interconnected in coming 3 years. Based on this national scale data sharing platform, the new mode to support 9 SPA's applications will be achieved through online producing the quantitative remote sensing products. Last year, China started to publish the report on remote sensing monitoring of global ecosystems and environment, which aims to reflect the condition of global vegetation growing and the distribution of land surface water area. Global land surface parameters data set has been contributed to GEO and released globally and will keep to update every year. In addition, Chinese CO2 monitoring satellite is planned to be launched in 2015. We sincerely suggest GEO to coordinate a carbon dioxide monitoring satellite constellation for better supporting to the global climate change research within GEO framework. There will be a side meeting on new progress of Chinese Earth observation technology this noon, and the China Pavilion of Earth Observation exhibition during the plenary session. Welcome all of the delegates to participate for more detail. Finally, I wish the GEO 10 military plenary will achieve its planned objectives successfully through deliberations in the following 2 days. Thank you for your kind attention. Thank you very much.